Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ishansh, and today we are going to talk about developing a schedule of quantities for selected trades using Microsoft Excel. What we will study at the end of this presentation or in this presentation is setting up an Excel spreadsheet, measurement and quantification, abstracting quantity sheet, calculation of cost, preparing SOQ, schedule of quantities, and documentation and presentation of SOQ. So what is SOQ? In construction project, a schedule of quantity is a document that details all the materials, cost, machinery parts in the project and labor in the project along with their estimated quantity and cost. A quantity surveyor typically makes it. The role of SOQ are cost estimation, project planning, risk management and accurate quantity reference. Next, setting up an Excel spreadsheet. Why we use Excel? An Excel workbook is used which contains multiple worksheets which are measurement sheet, rebar calculation sheet, cost analysis sheet, schedule of quantity sheet and abstract sheet. Using Excel sheet helps in basic formatting and editing. Along with this, it has multiple functions where we can use different kind of formulas, tools which helps in layout, sorting and filtering the data accurately and precisely. Next, we have setting up the Excel spreadsheet. A TDS sheet, which is time, dimension and squaring sheet. It is used to measure and calculate the quantities of construction work. Time refers to the repetition of work or factors of any item. Dimension mentions it refers such as the length, width or height of the item. And squaring, this means calculating areas, volume or other quantities. A TDS sheet is important for detailed measurement of the project of selected trades mentioned by ANZ SMS, which is Australia New Zealand Standard Measurement Methods for Measurement. What is the purpose of TDS? TDS has main three purposes: to break down the selected trades mentioned by ANZ SMM into measurable dimensions, and to calculate total quantities based on the drawings or the specifications we have given, and to provide accuracy, efficiency to project quantity and cost. Here are the example of the TDS sheet. Here we have done the reinforcement one, the times, the dimension and the squaring of the reinforcement, and in this is the groundwork one. Next please. And what are the measurement and quantification? TDS sheet is used to prepare take-off list. Take-off list means the to-do list or the types of trades we're gonna do or perform the activities in any construction work, which are selected from ANZ SMS. It also explains the calculation of the different trades and their description as well. Here are some to-do list from groundwork to excavation to the concrete work. Next, what is rebar measurement and quantification? So a rebar calculation sheet is used to measure the quantities of the reinforcement used in any project. This sheet also details the following: the bar mark, such as T, M or any bar mark. Then the type of bar is the bar U shape, L shape or the plain ones. Then bar diameter, different diameters of the bar, shape of the bar, numbers of the bar used and the bar dimensions along with the weight of the bar. Then we have the cost calculations. Cost calculation is also main part of the SOQ. Cost calculation and rate analysis sheet is detailed explanation of any unit rate for which an item in any schedule of quantity. This includes 5 main components, which are material cost, machinery cost, labor cost, profit and the overhead cost. Material cost are the cost of all raw materials required in the project. Machinery cost, the cost of all equipment and machines. The labor cost, the cost of the manpower or the labor. It can be per hour rate or a fixed price. Then profit. Profit is the contractor's profit or the return from the project. And there are the overhead cost. Overhead cost are those costs which are not directly related to the cost, those are indirectly related to the cost, such as the company's salaries, wages, or the temporary services required on the project, and insurance, etc. And here we have the abstracting sheet. So abstract sheet summarizes the measured quantities from the measurement sheet for each item. This is a linked value sheet from measurement sheet. This also helps in checking and cross-checking before creating the final schedule of quantities. So this sheet includes the code, description, unit, and quantity of the trade and material. In which this is the abstract sheet. All the details which we have summarized are from the earlier measurement sheet. And lastly, the prepared SOQ. The schedule of quantities is a document that details all the required resources in a project, as we mentioned earlier, such as materials, machinery, parts, or the manpower. There are 6 columns in a SOQ, which are item code, description of the trade from ANZ SMM, unit, quantity, rate of work, and amount. So the item number refers to, it is a reference number for identifying the each work item. Descriptions tells the details of the work or the activity performed. Unit is a measuring unit of any item, such as meter cube for volume, meter square for area, meter for length, and kgs for measuring weight. Then quantity, the measured quantity for the item, which is extracted from the drawings and specifications. And rate, the price per unit of work, which is calculated by keeping the 5 cost calculation components in mind, which we studied earlier. And the number 6 is the amount, the total cost for the item, which we calculate by multiplying the quantity with the rate. And they also mention the 5 sections of the SAQ, which are also based on the Australia New Zealand standard methods of measurement, which are preliminaries, site works and earthworks. Like here's an example of explaining site works, then concrete and foundations, and then reinforcement, and lastly the formwork. So in conclusion, the development of schedule of quantities in Excel is important in construction cost planning and measurement. Typically it includes is to take the drawings, measure the work, quantify the quantities, putting it into a structure table, and do the quantities and cost planning with accuracy. With this Excel format, it is very easy to present, do the calculations automatically, and adjust where we need. So schedule of quantity makes the project transparent, accurate price, and it makes the cost control of the project. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ishansh. Right, a really good presentation. It is easy to understand the content of your presentation and the audience as well. It is covering the all assessment criteria, components of the assessment. Right, it is really good presentation overall. And only one thing is you have to be careful once you are presenting is regarding formatting structure, the font size, and the content of your presentation, right? Then my questions, tell me you need to get the quantitative elements of the project built in. Then tell me the procedure. What are the steps you have to follow?
So to find the quantity, so first we will read the drawings.
Yes.
Then we will measure.
You have to find out the units of measurement.
Unit of the measurement from the ANZ SMM, and
you have to find the units of measurement from the ANZ SMM. Then you have to measure the length, width, and other quantities. Then you have to multiply them, and you have to calculate the area
of rate analysis,
body.
And then we have to find the mean.
Then tell me the next question is, tell me the 5 components of the unit grades.
To find the any unit rate of, we need to first get the material price.
Yes.
Sir, then the machinery used for that, machinery cost, and the labor cost, and sir, the profit of the contractor, and the overhead cost of the.
That's good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.